Welcome to Easy Driver, the most reliable source of automotive information on YouTube. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. If you own an Audi A4 or Q5, you might have noticed an ongoing need to top off your oil. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a known issue for some models, particularly those fitted with the 2.0 TFSI engine. This problem can understandably raise questions about your vehicle's health and its long-term reliability. You're not alone if you've experienced this. Many Audi owners have faced similar situations, and we're here to explain why it happens. Understanding this common concern is the first step toward managing it effectively for your Audi. Understanding the root cause, the 2.0 TFSI engine defect. It's natural to wonder why your Audi A4 or Q5 has an appetite for oil. The primary culprit lies deep within the 2.0 TFSI engine itself. We're talking about specific design choices made during its early production. Let's break down the technical issues that contribute to this problem. Piston ring design flaws. The main issue traces back to the piston rings in early versions of the 2.0 TFSI engine, B8 generation. Think of piston rings like seals. Their job is to keep combustion gases from escaping into the crankcase and to prevent excessive oil from entering the combustion chamber. However, the original rings were simply too thin. This design flaw meant they couldn't scrape oil off the cylinder walls effectively. As a result, oil bypass. More oil than intended would slip past the rings. Burning oil. This extra oil would then burn up during combustion. Excessive consumption. This process led directly to the high oil consumption owners experienced. Essentially, these rings couldn't do their job properly, creating a leaky seal that burned through your oil supply. Connecting rod length and piston diameter issues. To make matters worse, other components sometimes amplified the piston ring problem. Some 2.0 TFSI engines also had incorrect connecting rod length. A slightly longer connecting rod altered the piston's movement within the cylinder. Smaller piston diameters. Paired with the thin rings, these smaller pistons left more space for oil to escape. These factors didn't cause the oil consumption alone. Instead, they worsened the existing piston ring problem, adding to the amount of oil that would bypass and burn off. It created a situation where the engine was almost set up for increased oil use. Affected Audi models and production years. Now that we understand why these engines consume oil, let's pinpoint which Audi A4 and Q5 models are most often affected. Knowing the specific production years and engine codes can help you determine if your vehicle falls within the problematic range. It's about being informed so you can take appropriate action. Audi A4, B8 generation, specifics. The Audi A4 from the B8 generation is frequently cited regarding excessive oil consumption. This primarily includes models produced between 2008 and 2012. Owners of these vehicles, often equipped with the 2.0 TFSI engine, commonly report high oil use. Look out for these engine codes, as they are most susceptible. COB, CDNC. These engines featured the earlier piston ring designs and other internal components that led to the oil consumption issues. Audi Q5, first generation, specifics. Similarly, the first-generation Audi Q5 also shares this oil consumption characteristic. The focus here is on models built from 2009 through 2012 that also came with the 2.0 TFSI engine. Like the A4, these Q5s often left the factory with the less than ideal piston and piston ring configuration. The same engine codes are usually at play in the Q5 as well. COB, CDNC. If your Q5 falls into this age range and has one of these engine codes, you might experience the need to add oil more frequently than expected. Recognizing these specifics helps you understand if your vehicle is part of this known issue. Symptoms and diagnosis of excessive oil consumption. Knowing the signs of excessive oil consumption is crucial for any Audi owner. It's not always just about checking the dipstick. Your car can often give you subtle, or not so subtle, hints that it's using more oil than it should. Being aware of these indicators helps you catch the problem early. Warning lights and dashboard indicators. Your Audi's dashboard is designed to tell you when something is wrong. When it comes to oil, there are specific warnings you should never ignore. These lights and messages are your car's way of saying, check the oil. Now, common warnings include oil can icon. This classic orange or red oil can symbol, often with a wavy line underneath, means your oil level is critically low. If it's red, it's an urgent warning that requires immediate attention. Check oil level, message. Some Audi models display a direct message on the multi-information display, instructing you to check your oil level. This is a clear indicator that a top-up is needed. Minimum oil level reached. This message appears when the electronic oil level sensor detects that your oil has dropped to the lowest safe operating point. While not immediately catastrophic, it means you're close to a problem. Don't wait for these lights before checking your oil. Regular manual checks are always best. Frequent oil top-ups. One of the most straightforward ways to spot excessive oil consumption is by observing how often you're adding oil. Your owner's manual outlines the recommended service intervals for oil changes. If you find yourself adding a quart or more of oil every few thousand miles, or even every few weeks, that's a red flag. Think about it. Are you adding oil between oil changes? Has the frequency of needing top-ups increased? Are you consistently adding more than 1 quart between recommended service intervals? If you answer yes to these questions, your Audi is likely consuming oil at an abnormal rate. A healthy engine should generally not require frequent oil additions between standard service appointments. Exhaust smoke and odor. The smell and appearance of your exhaust can also tell a story about your engine's health. When an engine burns oil, it produces distinct symptoms from the exhaust. Watch for these signs. Bluish exhaust smoke. This is the most telling visual cue. If you see bluish or grayish blue smoke coming from your exhaust, especially during startup, acceleration, or after idling, it's a strong sign that oil is burning in the combustion chambers. This differs from white steam, which is normal condensation, or black smoke, which indicates rich fuel mixture. Burning oil smell. A strong, acrid smell of burning oil, often described as a hot, smoky odor, is another indicator. You might notice this smell inside the cabin, particularly when the car is stopped at a light or outside the vehicle. This odor means oil is escaping its intended path and incinerating somewhere it shouldn't be. Both visual cues and smells from the exhaust system point directly to oil being combusted or vaporized within the engine. This confirms that oil is leaving your engine at an unacceptable pace. Understanding the cause is the first step to avoiding costly repairs. Stay tuned for part 2. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more automotive information like this. Thank you for watching.